Hey YouTube, it's Terrell with the More Show, and I'm glad to say that I'm back for real this time. It's kind of late at night. Okay. Um, I have this story to tell. It's actually, sort of like somewhat of a question, but. Um, is it worth it? That's what. Just keep this in your mind. The question: is it worth it? So let me go ahead and tell you the story. So it's this man. His name is Randy Newman. He works at this big company that makes glass or whatnot. So Randy is like what, in his 40s, like 43 something, I guess, close to 45. He's younger than 45, but yeah, he's close. 43, 44, around that age. So he's just at work, just chilling. Work is dangerous. Work is dangerous. He works with glass. You gotta be careful. He can't do anything wrong, or he end up getting ripped shards. So after work, Randy, he him and one of his coworkers, he's like 26, and it's just funny. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go off topic. It's just kind of funny. So the 26-year-old challenges Randy to go running, and if Randy won, his car note would be paid by the 26-year-old. But if he lost, nothing will happen. So is it really worth it though? Now let's just see what Randy has been through. Randy has been through a lot. He's been to the hospital more times than anybody in his life. He barely has enough exercise. And kind of think of it, he's just fresh out of the hospital. Like some weeks ago, he had a spider bite somewhere, like on his back. Then he suffered a stroke. Um, Suffered his third stroke of his lifetime. Um, it's just he suffered a stroke in the hospital, and he tore his shoulder muscle. His rotator cuff. He messed that up. So he had to get surgery to get that fixed, and had to heal the spider bite, and had to be relieved of his stroke. So all of this had just happened to Randy, but he thinks he's well and able, and he's finna get his car note paid. Stuff like that. He think he can do it. I'm not saying that he didn't say he can't. It's just like, wow, you didn't even train for this. You had no time to prepare, and you think that you're gonna win. I had to tell it to you, buddy, but you're not gonna win, especially if you haven't ran, trained, exercised for this. Now, no telling the 26-year-old he could have had as much practice as he wanted, because not only because he's young, it's just whatever. Oh, and to make matters worse, he decided it was okay to be recorded on Facebook Live. So Randy doesn't really like being on camera, but he likes I guess he loves when people pay stuff on him. So the race began. They had to run on this track. This is a track in somewhere in Mississippi. Doesn't matter where. He they ran on the track. Randy's doing so well, but then he gets a cramp in his butt. He pulls something in his butt or his hamstring. That causes him to fall, skid his knees, and skid his hand, his right hand at that. And his hand didn't look so good. So this is all recorded, like I said, recorded on Facebook Live. So then everybody's zooming in all in his face, you know, an embarrassing moment. Oh, you know, something like that. Like, oh, Randy fell. Oh, not knowing the seriousness, you know. This is life or death, you know. He could have died, you know, from that dangerous fall. And it's just crazy. So Randy think it's fine to come home and say he's fine. It's just a little scratch, but he can barely get out of his car. He can barely walk inside the house. He gets inside of the house. He's kind of shocked that his wife. He's kind of shocked that his wife has told his children of this silly act that he partook of. So everyone just thinking it's just haha funny. He just get his hands, something like that. Only to be surprised that his knees are skidded and he was losing blood. Like, wow, both of his knees are just messed up, and his hand, ugh, his hand has a black spot. It did not look good. It just did not look good. So the moral of the story is, what do you have to prove if you already been crowned king of your high school and like back then, and you're known almost all around Memphis, you know. And then you say you don't like being on camera, but sorry man, this is 2019. You're gonna be embarrassed some way, somehow. And no one has anything to say about it. And you can't even say one thing. So, oh yeah, and another thing. All these 26-year olds, like anybody older than that, except those who actually have sense, they're cocky. They're gonna beat this old man. They're gonna make him feel like, wow, you're way past your prime, old timer. I think you should retire. It's not worth it. That's the answer to the question. Was it worth? Okay, was skidding your knees and burning the mess out of your hand worth it? No, it wasn't. And then believing that somebody was gonna pay your car note. I don't even know what'll happen if he had won. If he won, would the 26-year-old be all like, "No, man, we need a rematch," and then he's all, "Well, Randy, I hate to tell you, but you have nothing else to prove, and it was not worth it. It was not worth skinning up your body. It was not worth you missing a day of work, or however long you need to be out. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it." Well, everyone, that's the end of the story, and I hope you guys liked it. And leave me a like, comment, or subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't, please. I don't know what's wrong with my subscribers, but they keep pressuring me. Like, I'll get up there to like 49, and I'm waiting on the next subscriber to make it 50, but it'll be 49, then 48. Went down to 47. I was like, what? And then they went back up to 48. Now it's like at 49, 48, I think. I gotta check again. But please, guys, help me. I really want you guys here for me, So just please, okay. I just thank you, okay. So that's the end of this episode right here. I'll talk to you guys in another time. So take care and have a good night.